So it's a very good morning from me, the real Viking vegan. I'm here to do another recipe, really simple. And the reason why I've chosen this is because it's the time of year where we are inundated with a free-for-all with our lemons here in New Zealand. So I'm just going to do a simple recipe of pickled lemons. Now, pickled lemons are fantastic to use in a multitude of dishes, fantastic with pasta dishes, fantastic on desserts, and whatever you choose to infuse them with kind of lends themselves to the type of dishes you want to make. And some of the finest curries have the most amazing pickled lemons in them. So as you can see, I've got a bowl of lemons, some from Gisborne, some from here in Auckland. Makes you wonder where the sun shines. And we also have a bowl of infused spices and peppercorns. So we've got some cinnamon sticks and cardamom pods. Again, flavors that really I lean to. And then we also have some sterilized water. So that's been freshly boiled in the kettle, and that's what's gonna make up my saline solution to pickle the lemons. And in here I've got some Himalayan pink salt. I've actually got 8 tablespoons. Sounds like a lot, but you need it when working with such a large amount of lemons. So the first thing we need to do is to prepare the lemons. Oh, by the way, if you're wondering why you can't see me, it's because I look like roadkill. It's 12:10 on a Sunday afternoon. I've laid in bed till 11 o'clock and I probably look like something that's been freshly dragged out of an abattoir. But of course, as that's not what we approve of, I'm not gonna show you. So you get to see my hands. So prepping our lemons, we're gonna make some nice, long, deep cuts into the lemons, but kind of keeping them in their halves. And then I'm going to start stuffing the lemons with my salt. You want to get about a tablespoon of salt into each lemon, and then you start dropping them into the bowl. Now I'm going to start with my larger lemons at the bottom, so I can start to fill that up to make sure I can get all the lemons that I've chosen into the jar. Don't worry about any of the salt that falls onto the plate, because we will be using that later when we add it to the remainder of the jar for the saline solution or with the pickling. Okay, maybe a couple of small ones, just to make sure I'm utilizing the space properly. Now, don't panic as well if any of these lemons are a little unripe or if they're firmer, because naturally they are going to soften and produce the most perfect pickled lemons. Now, believe it or not, the actual flesh of the lemon is not what we're going to end up keeping. It's actually going to be the rind, because that's where all the flavors held. And what's lovely about these lemons being grown here fresh and picked fresh off the trees in New Zealand is there's none of that dodgy waxing that we have back in Europe, thus making our lemons taste waxy and unappetizing. So I'm just gonna crack on, fill the jar with the lemons, and then come back to you as I crush up some of the spices to infuse. So now my jar is full with my salted lemons. I'm going to add my spices. Good old-fashioned cinnamon sticks evoke emotions of Christmas and home, but also to complement the beautiful zest of the lemons. I'm just gonna pop them in. Peppercorns, we're gonna pop them in whole. And then finally, cardamom pods. Now I am going to, I love that sound, that cheeky little pop, kind of pop them just to allow some of those seeds to be released. And we're going to sprinkle that in there as well. So that's really the essence of the dish. Now we're going to add the sterilized water. And I'm just going to gently pour that in, just so I'm not really washing out much of that salt with force. I know it's going to gently diffuse into the water, but just to keep an element of stability in there with the placement. And I'm just going to keep adding this. Hopefully I've got enough. Fingers crossed. Filling that right up to the top. Fantastic. Bang on the lid, lock that bad boy up. 3 weeks, they are going to be absolutely heavenly. pickled lemons, bang.